Drones have changed the game in countless industries from agriculture to your travel experience. You can use drones to capture data. You can use drones to capture better images from a different perspective. And so that's why we're talking with Kureisha Ford today. Kureisha Ford has major plans to elevate her travel business to the next level with the use of drones. She is our guest today. We want to welcome Kureisha from Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah,
Welcome to the conversation, Kureisha.
thank you.
So first, we want to say congratulations to you because Kureisha is the December winner of our $1,000 scholarship that TCB Drones sponsors to allow people to take our drone pilot certification course. And that prepares them to pass the Part 107 drone certification exam so that they can become certified drone pilots. And then officially they can make money as a drone pilot. So that's what why we've invited Kureisha, because she has a plan in place and she's moving forward doing great things in 2026. So again, that's another reason for me to say happy new year to you, and welcome again, Kureisha. So talk to us a little bit about your company. It's
Mhm.
Gallivanting Wellness, yes?
Yes. So Gallivanting Wellness is a travel and wellness center brand. And so I started this because I love to travel and I've been to 45 countries now. And so I noticed as I'm traveling the world, like I just feel this sense of just peace that comes over me and I can just exist in these countries. And I wanted other Black people to be able to experience that. So I created Gallivanting Wellness to do education on travel, share my travel experiences, but there's also that using travel as a method of self-care. So I also curate wellness retreats and things like that as well, do expat and relocation consultations too. And so it kind of put the travel and wellness all in one to combine both of my passions, which is mental health plus travel. So that's
Wow.
kind of sounds like Gallivanting Wellness.
That's awesome. I too love to travel, and I haven't really counted the number of countries that I've traveled to. I know I've gone to every continent except Iceland. I
Yeah.
think Iceland is a continent. And I'm not a cold weather person, which is why I'm not too, excited about going to Iceland,
Right.
but I do love to travel. And so you said you've combined travel and mental health. And
Hmm.
I've been reading a lot lately about how getting to back to nature and
Hmm.
having your hands and your feet touch the sand and touch
Hmm.
grass and just being a more natural person is a part of our mental health, or it should be our mental health
Hmm.
experience. And so when we are just all about concrete and all about enclosed atmospheres, it really does something to it's an adverse effect. Is that
Hmm.
what you found in your experience?
I just found so the research, when it comes down to the research regarding mental health and travel, it does shows that it decreases a person level of depression and things like that. And you reference grounding, and traveling is great for that. It gives people something to be excited and to look forward towards. So when I've traveled, what I found is I just like the peace that comes over me because here in America we're all about the hustle and bustle. There's always something for us to do. There's always something we need to be mindful of. Also our safety, just always something. But when I'm traveling, even though I'm always cautious and aware of my surroundings, it's just still that peace, just being able to walk in certain countries because it's just safer as a woman, safer me as a Black American woman. And so it's just that for me, just a peace. So when you say grounding, just being able to literally experience, just being able to walk through the town, no one's bothering you, you have no concerns, you're just there, being able to go to the beach, And just like it's almost like one of them ha moments when I'm
Exactly.
traveling.
I saw your images, and we'll go to your Instagram page
Mhm,
in a minute. I saw your images in Cairo. Um,
mhm,
and I've been to Cairo, and I went alone. I
mhm,
travel most of the time alone because I just realize when you wait for people, or you want to be with a group of people, it never seems to pan out. Um,
mhm.
and I'm really happy traveling alone. I like myself. I'm okay
Yes.
with being by myself. And so I just wanted to point that out, that I have went to Cairo. I went scuba diving in the Red Sea while I was in
Oh, we
Egypt.
did the same thing. I did that
Oh
too.
my God, you
I
did?
did it in Sharm El Sheikh. Yes.
I didn't know that. I took a bus ride to Hurghada. It was a
Uh-huh.
7 hour ride from Cairo to Hurghada.
Mhm,
Went scuba diving. And here's the thing, since we've both been to Egypt now,
mhm,
before I went, one of the things traveling alone I do is I try to do my research on how safe is it, where to
mhm,
go, where
mhm,
not to go, and then I have my own personal rules about don't be out
mhm,
at night by yourself. Basically,
mhm,
I don't.
mhm,
I'm not out too much by myself in my own city, let alone in a foreign
mhm.
country. So anyway, went to Hurghada, and
Mhm,
then the company that was supposed to pick me up for the scuba diving didn't show
mhm,
up. And so it was a matter of, when you're doing excursions, everybody picks you up at the same time, 10 o'clock, let's
mhm,
say, in the morning. So by the time I realized they were not coming, then it was too late for me to go with anyone else. So then
mhm,
that meant I had to wait till the next day to go scuba diving, because I'm
mhm,
I'm there in Egypt to scuba dive. And I
mhm,
knew that I had to be back in Cairo the next day, because I had already planned my pyramids
mhm,
tour. All of that was planned. So
mhm,
anyway, I ended up getting back into Cairo at 11 p.m. instead of 4 p.m. So that meant I was out at night by myself.
mhm,
The taxi drivers that were waiting for the bus to come in, because that's what
mhm.
they do, wait for the bus to come in, and then
Yes.
so they were speaking Arabic, girl. I was speaking
Mhm,
English, don't know no Arabic. I had written down the name of the hotel on a card.
mhm,
Anyway, long story short, I got to my desk, to the hotel, fine, had a great time, got home, read this article in the Detroit News that said
mhm,
there were two women who went to Jamaica on vacation, and somebody who actually worked at the resort where they were staying, girl,
mhm,
broke into their room,
mhm,
raped
mhm,
one of them, all of this.
mm,
And then the article
mhm,
said Jamaica is the second most dangerous place to travel as a woman alone, behind Cairo. I'm like, I was just in Cairo and nothing happened. Thank God. Because, and then that I was looking back and I'm thinking, this is why everybody was so, oh, are you okay? Well, let me take you. Well, let me make sure. No, well, I'll go with you, because they were like very protective of me. And I didn't realize why, because I'm just so used to going on my own. And then I get home and
mhm,
read that. And I'm like, first of all, I had a wonderful time and nothing adverse happened. And
mhm,
it's just amazing at how you can have these narratives about different people in different cities, and your
mhm,
experience is totally different. So I just
mhm.
wanted to say I had an awesome time. And yeah, I went scuba diving. I didn't know you were a certified
I'm not
scuba diver.
certified. Actually, the Red Sea was my first dive. And so I
Really?
was really excited. I went to Hurghada too, and El Guna is near Hurghada because I traveled around Egypt for a month as a solo traveler. But you mentioned Jamaica. I was also in Jamaica solo. That's why I have my platform to do a lot of travel education and also share my travel experiences. Because the reality is, there's a lot of misinformation about countries as well as propaganda. And when it comes to safety, we already know that when it comes down to Black and brown countries, and also depending on the like if it's a developing country and things like that, then those countries are put in the forefront when people talk about, oh, is it safe? And they never think about that the safety issue in first world countries, even
Mm,
though, for example, in our own country, we have a high crime rate, a very high crime rate. But you never hear anyone say, oh, is it safe in relations to traveling to America? But if you're specifically going to a black and brown country, that is one of the almost always questions people ask,
mm.
especially on a lot of the travel platforms. And so when I was in Egypt, I made it a point to go live at different points so people can see the experience I was having because it's like you guys have this image, but yeah, I was there, I want to say 25 days as a solo traveling around the country. And
Wow.
yeah. And I actually had some really great experiences. I've had locals invite me to their home, got to meet their family, invited me to barbecues. I had one video on TikTok because a local invited me out to this restaurant that also, I guess, kind of turns into a club. So they have music playing. And we were just all out dancing, but it was actually dancing to Punjabi music in Egypt.
Wow. So, I'm
So
putting up your
Instagram.
Instagram just to show some of the places that you have traveled to, and you said over 45 countries. That's
Mhm.
awesome. So,
You may want to check the highlights because I do a lot of education on my videos. So that includes things for like black owned hotels. Like I think one of the images in there was like a place where plus size ladies can find bathing suits. But on IG, if you see the highlights at the top, then you can see
uh-huh.
more of the travel. But yeah,
Okay.
because I also share geopolitical news on my TikTok
Okay.
highlight.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. So if someone wants to, your company is Gallivanting Wellness, and
Hmm.
you're on Instagram and TikTok
Facebook.
and
Hmm.
Facebook. And of course, we're here because TCB Drones has my company has given you $1,000 scholarship to attend our upcoming drone pilot prep course. And so I saw what you are doing, and how do you plan to use your your drone skills to
Hmm.
enhance your company?
Oh, this is exciting. So one of the things about traveling the world, sometimes you see these beautiful images and it's hard. It's so hard to try to portray that to people. And so with my drone, I want to get better images to not only show the view, but I want people to see the community, how everything ties together. Cause oh man, the world is such a beautiful place. Like, and to be
It
able to see the
is.
communities and everything. So I want better images for better storytelling so people can see themselves within these communities, the richness of the communities. Like I want people to truly see that. Cause sometimes pictures from the ground just don't quite do it. Like,
Amen. Amen. Pictures from the ground, and I haven't when I go scuba diving and go to different places,
mm-hmm,
the different countries that I do travel to, or different cities, in fact. I
mm-hmm,
in the United States, I take my drone with me. So, a lot of
mm-hmm,
people want to know what's the best type of drone, and although
mm-hmm,
our company helps you with that, our goal is to introduce drone technology in our community, because drone technology is the fastest growing sector of technology of that industry, and it's
mm-hmm.
growing not just in Texas, not just in the
Right.
United States, but worldwide. And
Mm-hmm,
so if you have these skills, you can use them to do agriculture, data collection, of course, infrastructure inspections.
mm-hmm,
And what you do is you can document your travel experiences from the aerial perspective. And
mm-hmm.
I would say, do you take travel groups, or you just always travel alone?
I always travel alone, but I've been asked about groups. So kind of on the fence about that. But I
Yeah, I
prefer
know.
solo.
Before we just, you know what, and before we started recording, I was just saying how I prefer to travel alone. And girl, sometimes I'm like, is something wrong with me? I just want to be by
No,
myself. But
I love it.
but you know what? When I see that there are other people, like-minded people like you, that
Mhm.
do some of the things that I like to do, I think I would like to travel with you. Maybe I've been picking the wrong people to go places with. Maybe that's the problem.
Yes.
Like, girl, it seems like we would have fun because while you're like
Mhm.
swimming and scuba diving, I could be working the drone and taking the images and stuff. That would be great. So,
Oh yes, because I know you're great at it.
Mo- most definitely. So that's what we do. We teach people to get their drone pilot to prepare for the drone pilot license, and then we teach you how to fly your drone so that you feel comfortable doing it. And like you said, going to different countries, you also have to know the rules of
Hmm.
taking the drone and not just throwing the drone up anywhere in a foreign country,
Yes.
because we've seen people who do stuff in foreign countries that they end up in jail. We don't want you to end up in jail. And so we
Right.
teach you those things as well in our drone pilot prep course, which is what you're going to learn. We have a
Hmm.
January class that you're going to be that you're enrolled in, but we have a class at least once a month. So if anyone sees this and you're interested in knowing more, just go to tcbdrones.com, or you can DM me. I'm Stephanie Rivers, or TCB Drones is our handle on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok as well. So you're going to use your drone to capture those images. And we know some people who have travel clubs because, in 2026, you might think, let me just start a small girls travel group. And
Hmm.
from there, not, don't go too big with it, because, then you be like, oh my God, these people want so much.
Right.
But a small group. And then one of my colleagues told me that they went to a vacation destination,
Hmm.
and they paid like $400 $500 for somebody to capture their experience with their
Hmm.
drone, with a drone. So that's another stream of income that you
Hmm.
could have, because you mentioned, Kureisha, that you stay an extended amount of time, like 20 days or 25 days. Like, so
Hmm.
that leads me to say, well, how she, if she's not charging people to do this, like, and I don't know if if that's too personal, but I'm like, people don't have enough money and time off from work to travel extensively for 25 days. How you making that happen?
It's so funny you said this because this was a whole conversation on my TikTok. So I actually just got back last month from traveling the world for 7 months. And during that 7 months, I went to 14 countries. So this has been asked multiple times on my TikTok, and I tell them what I do is I will work two jobs if I have to, and I save. So, and I've met a lot of other travelers that do this where they'll work between 5 7 months, maybe more, save, and then travel the world. In addition to that, I have my business in addition to saving. So yes, that's been a whole TikTok conversation.
Wow, because
Yeah.
yeah, that's important, because and I guess I know I'm trying to switch back to both of us. So
Hmm.
that is, that's a lot of people are trying to figure out how to enjoy life
Hmm.
more, how to travel
Yes.
more. And so you just like double up on when you do work. And so
Hmm.
when you are able to take a few days off, then you take those days off.
Hmm.
That's a good strategy. Yeah,
Hmm. I
most
have, and that's the point of my platform too. When I'm talking about travel education, like I have TikToks about alternative ways to travel, such as volunteering, like world
definitely.
packers and things like that. Also talk about, I have a slide in particular about like different work from home job boards people can look at. So when I say it's travel education, it's kind of very comprehensive, including geopolitical news, my travel experiences, and things like that, because I do want to see more people travel. I want to see more of us in these spaces, because usually I'm the only Black person on some excursions, the only Black person at certain resorts. So I want us to experience the world. And so I make it a point to share a variety of information regarding travel on my platform. Like I just shared a TikTok the other day talking about your gut health when you're traveling because
Mhm.
it does change, and you're exposing yourself to different foods and things like that. So it's such a variety of information that you'll find on my page. Even when you just show my Instagram, it's like, wait, what? Where are the travel pictures? They're on there, and the
Yeah.
videos and stuff.
So I'm when I do these podcasts, I'm the host, I'm the producer, I'm doing a
Mhm.
lot. So I'm trying not to mess up by, okay, let me go to TikTok. Okay, let me do this, let me do that.
Right.
Because then I get confused and I'm showing the wrong stuff on the screen. So
No,
that's
you're
why
fine.
I just keep it simple. I just go to Instagram and say, okay, this is where her handle is, and y'all go look. Because I can't do, too much, and then the light will fall, all kind of stuff will start happening. So
No worries. But that's why there's such a variety, because there's so much to know about travel, from the entry requirements to you need to research the countries you're going to. Like, there's just so much. So
yeah,
yeah.
most
Mhm,
definitely. That's important. So as we're ending, because
mhm,
we are live, but I didn't do a lot of promo. I am going to repost it and send it to you so you can chop it
mhm,
up and do it however you want. But if somebody just in general wants to know the five biggest tips about traveling, and
mhm,
let's say traveling alone as a woman, what would
mhm.
you tell them are the five most important things to think about? Because a lot of people, they don't want to go up the street to a restaurant by themselves, they're alone to another country.
Right. I just did a TikTok on this too about safety measures.
Okay.
So the number one is always research the country you're going to. Check the entry requirements, research. That's number one. That's my recommendation for every country. Number two, when you're making your itinerary, make sure you send that to at least one trusted person. Number three, there's also safety apps like SOS apps where you can alert, like if there's an emergency system, you can alert it, and there's people on the list that it can call. So one, your cell phone, whether if you have an Android or an iPhone, there's an SOS on there. You want to make sure you're familiar with that app. Number four is always be cautious and aware of your surroundings. If you're anywhere, like I know one of the things that was trending in the hotel rooms was like those little security devices. But I'm gonna be honest with you, if you're anywhere, hostel, Airbnb, hotel, and you feel uncomfortable, change your accommodations. If it's to the point where you have to use safety devices, then you don't really feel secure in that location, leave. If you notice anyone may be watching you, because I've had that happen too, where I was in a country and I was at actually, it was Morocco. I was at the town square where the snake charmers and everyone are. And while I was out there,
Girl, stop. I'm sorry to
you've
interrupt.
been to
I went
Morocco
to
too?
that same Morocco in the middle in the snake.
Yes.
I did that. Okay, girl, we got to talk. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So
I'm
out there, I noticed there were two different males watching me. So, because again, I'm always cautious, I'm always watching my surroundings. So, one of them in particular, everywhere I would go, he would trail behind a little bit, but he would still be watching me. So, I watched him watch me, and I called my driver and got out of there. And
mm,
so that's the thing. Always be aware of your surroundings so you can see when something's a little off and then leave. He never approached me, but still, there's no reason for you to follow or be that close in proximity. Um, Also, with your money, carry small bills, put it on different parts of your persons. Don't pull everything out at one time. Um, Definitely have RFID wallets or the section in your bag which is blocking in case people have those devices. Try to get anti-theft bags with that too. Make sure you're aware where your passport is, all that good stuff. Make copies. I don't know. I think I went over. Make copies of your
that's
important
good.
documents, your
That's good.
passport, your visas. Always, you mentioned about you had wrote down your hotel thing. That's another safety tip. Take a picture of all your confirmations, including the hotel or Airbnb information. Um, because even if you can't read it in their language, you can show the driver so you know where to go to.
Hmm.
So that's very important, but just always be aware. Also, in your check bag, there are certain items that you can pack, such as a pocket knife. So check the requirements with TSA. Yeah, you definitely can. So I think those are some of my safety tips.
That's awesome. Thanks for
I'm
that. And
sorry, I know that
I
was more than
follow,
five.
no, I follow a lot of those. And the one about the automatic dial if something happens app,
Yes.
I will need to know more about that. But I always have my trusted person. I don't want to get sad. My trusted person was my mother. So if I wasn't traveling with my mother, because I did travel with her a
Mhm.
lot, I would tell her, this is my itinerary. This is what I'm planning to do. If I don't call you by this time, meaning I should be back in the room at that time, then you should be
Mhm.
worried because I'm definitely going to let you know. Stuff like that. But she passed away about a year ago. And so I now have, I tell other people in my life that, hey,
Mhm.
I tell somebody, that's the whole point.
Mhm.
Tell somebody so they can start looking for you as soon as possible if you don't
Mhm.
end up where you're supposed to be. That's most important. Yeah.
If you give me just a quick second, I'll tell you the name of that app because there's multiple apps. So hold
Okay. And so
because
y'all get ready to
this would
write
be
this
good.
down because this can be for not just women, but
Oh,
anybody,
anyone?
anybody.
Yes, anyone.
I was somewhere the
Okay.
other day and somebody out of the blue just offered me, you want some water? I'm like, no, do I look thirsty? I'm not about to drink some water,
Random water.
random water. Come on now.
Now, for the emergency apps that work internationally, so there's four different ones I'll list. The first one is Echo SOS. The second one is Mayday Safety. The third one is Safeture, and that's SAFETURE. And then the last one is International SOS.
Okay, so Echo SOS, Mayday,
Mm-hmm.
safe, what was it?
Safety, Mayday
Safety,
Safety.
Mayday
Mm-hmm.
Safety, and International SOS. Okay, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
look those up because yeah, they're always coming out with things that can help you to be better, especially these apps when you travel. We got somebody who is saying, "Greetings, sister." Hi, Mr. Muhammad. How are you? He is one of my instructors for our drone pilot prep course,
Oh,
and
awesome.
so he's always supportive, lurking around, letting me know what's going on. So I appreciate you. So we're talking about if you might meet Mr. Muhammad. He is going to. I'm going to teach the upcoming class in January, but he always sits in and audits me and gives me feedback on how I could be better. Which is,
Mhm.
I try to listen to the feedback that I get from former students. We call them our,
Mhm.
our alumni association to help me to, because it's all about us offering them the best value, getting them across the finish line. And so, like
Mhm.
you're saying, what you're doing is allowing people to see there is a great opportunity to travel, and this is what you should look for. And hopefully, we can help you to elevate what you're offering to your clientele as well. So,
Thank
is there anything that you think we should discuss that I didn't ask you? Because we're ready to rock and roll. We've sent you your study guide for the course, and
All
so you
right.
you received that in the email. It was attached. The study guide.
Mhm.
Your textbook is on the way. And so as long as you have a good Wi-Fi system, good Wi-Fi signal, seems like you do, and your laptop, want you to be on your laptop because there's going to be a lot going on that a small
Mhm.
phone won't allow you to
Mhm.
capture. So make sure you're on a laptop and then we'll be ready to go. For those of you who are interested in knowing more about our drone pilot prep course, we have a free webinar that's scheduled for Monday, January 12th at
Mm.
7 p.m. Central. And again, you can go to tcbdrones.com, the upcoming events page, and then you can see the registration link for that. So we really want to thank you, Kureisha, for accepting our scholarship. And we know you're going to do great things with the
Thank
skills that
you.
you're going to learn. Anything else you want to share before we head out?
Just thank you for having me, and I'm just so excited. So excited for this opportunity to learn more.
And yes, and we will definitely talk. It seems like we're on the same page as far as our likes and travel preferences. So we'll see how we might be able to do it together, even if we just meet up at the spa
Hmm.
and go and do it like that. That'll be something
Hmm.
that to look forward to. So thanks again, and you have a great rest of your
Thank you. You
New
too.
Year weekend.
Thank you.
All righty.
Bye bye.
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 And we also want to thank you for joining us. We in 2026, we are going to start talking to you about the different industries that are using drones and have drones have revolutionized the data collection industry or the data collection process. And to find out more, I'm trying to get to my captions. To find out more about us or to follow us, you can follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and even TikTok at TCB Drones to find out what we're about, what we're up to next. Or you can just go to tcbdrones.com. Thank you so much, and you have a super